started. And before we get started, so let's go back in time, back to 2016. It was 16th of April, 2016. I was actually preparing to go to university. I recently just got admission. And then I asked my dad, how are we going to do it? I need a laptop. I can't just go to school to study computer science without actually having a laptop. And he said, okay, no issues, I'm going to get you one. And then lo and behold, he got me a second-hand laptop, a laptop that actually you needed to power it off before you can operate it. You definitely can't operate it without light. But I was so grateful then because it was 2016. You cannot get a laptop. Things were kind of tough and hard then. So I got a system, and then I saw something in that system. I saw some folders called web development folder, and I decided to open the folder. And lo and behold, it was web development tutorials. I watched the first video and then I tried it out, and then it displayed on my browser the Fish website. I started jumping. I was jumping. I was screaming at the top of my voice. Everybody ran. They thought probably it was robbery or anything, but actually I was just happy that I did something, and then it displayed on the browser. And then my next thoughts were, I'm going to be the next Mark Zuckerberg. Since I can create something that is going to show on my browser, I definitely will be the next Mark Zuckerberg. Lo and behold, I started web development. I started learning how to create sites. I didn't even know what I was doing, but I just know that definitely I'm going to be the next Mark Zuckerberg. And then after 1 month, I rushed to a school and told them, hey, see, I can actually create you guys' website. So they gave me the contract to create their website. I came back home, not knowing what to do. I remember there is a cafe person on our street, and then I decided to go meet him. And then I asked him, this is what I'm trying to do. And he said, okay, he's into coding too as well. A very young guy, about my age too. And then he told me something, do you know your front end and back end? And I told him, no, I don't. And then he laughed. Well, we're going to get back to that story at the course of this meeting. But for now, let's get back to business. So I'm going to be sharing my screen now, and then we're going to be talking on mindset. Our mindset, the mindset we all have. Please confirm you can see my screen.
I can see your screen, sir.
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay, perfect. So let's go ahead to talk about our mindset. So over the hour, we'll explore how to develop the right mindset to seize and excel in global opportunities. Whether you're aiming to expand your career internationally, work remotely for global companies, or tap into worldwide markets, having the right mindset is crucial. So let's get started. Okay. So what's actually the mindset? What's actually that word mindset? So mindset refers to the established set of attitudes held by someone. It is the lens through which you see and interpret things in the world around you. Now let's go back to that story I was saying. So I was being asked, can I do front end and back end? And I said, no, I don't know how to do it. What then happened? He told me, go learn web development again. You have to take 6 months. He gave me some few materials to learn. And then I came back after 2 weeks shouting, I have learned it, I'm ready. I don't want to build the school website anymore. What I want to do now is to create a social media just like Mark Zuckerberg. And then he laughed and said that it's something impossible. I was like, why is it impossible? He said, it is impossible. I went back online, posted it online. That was 2016. And I said, this is what I want to do. Everyone was just laughing. And then even the Indians that I thought probably they are good at coding, everyone was just laughing. And then I asked myself, Mark Zuckerberg did this thing. He didn't actually have 2 heads. He actually developed this thing. So why can't I do it? And then, mind you, I have not created any projects before. I've not even done a login page. I don't even know how to build a full, complete website. And all of a sudden, I have the mindset of, I want to build a social network. I want to be the next Mark Zuckerberg. I started development 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, 11 months. I was trying to build a social network just to become the next Mark Zuckerberg. It was so frustrating. It was crazy. Everybody around me was telling me, you are crazy, you're mad, stop doing what you're doing. But I kept on going. I kept on going. And then I have this thing of, I believe, by learning how to control our mindset, we can take a leap into the unknown and turn our biggest passions and dreams into reality. Now, what's the reality I'm talking about? Now, after 11 months, I was able to create a social network called Pizza. It took me 11 good months, and then at the end of the day, I actually created it. I finished it 2017. I went and met my mentor, who obviously was the one that was guiding me through it. He was surprised. He was wild. Everybody was like, oh, this crazy, this wow. Even the people that did not actually believe were just praising me and all kind of, oh, how did you do this? How did you do this? And then at the end of the day, what happened? I launched it. And then I got a tons of users. People were trooping in, people were coming in, people were going out. But what's the key thing I'm trying to point out there? My mindset. Even when people were like, you can't do it, even when people were saying it is not possible, I developed that mindset of it is possible. It is possible. In as much someone have done it before, it is actually possible. And then that leads us to our topic, which talks about different kinds of mindsets. Now we have the fixed mindset and then we have the growth mindset. Now I tell you, there's a lot of people that believe that the fixed mindset cannot be changed. People are born genius, people are born great, they cannot be changed, they cannot be altered. Anything you are, that is how you're going to be. You cannot grow, you cannot change. Why we also have the growth mindset. Now, what is that growth mindset? I normally tell people, for you to change, you need to grow. For you to change, you need to develop skills. For you to change, you have to change the way you think. 2021, I moved to Abuja. Why? I'm trying to find greener pastures. I knew nobody there. I went, I dropped in Abuja. I didn't even know the house to go. I was just so confused, so shattered. I didn't even know what exactly I was trying to do. I saw someone and I said, please, can I stay with you? All of a sudden, I agreed because I listened to someone that said, if you want to change your situation, all what you need are three things. What were the things he said? I needed to change my location, I needed to change my mindset, and I needed to change the people around me. I took the first decision to change my location. Now, after changing my location, I got a remote gig. I got a gig in Abuja to work. I started working, and then how was I able to get that job? Actually, I had this confidence of, I have this thing of, be confident. Whatever you set your mind to do, do it. I was calling companies every day, calling companies. I was not sending emails. I was calling them. If they did not pick, I go straight to their office. I was just selling myself out. And then at the end of the day, I was able to get a job. Now, what actually changed? I was able to change my location, but at the same time, my mindset was still poor. Now, I got to the job site, and obviously, the job was a job offer for about 500K. And they asked me what was my salary expectation. And I told them 100K. As fast as they could, they gave me the job ASAP. Why? That was what I had in my mind. That was the kind of mindset. I had this poor mentality. I had this poor mindset in me that this is who I am. And then they stick to it. They actually stick to it. And then that was how my life was just going. I was just going on that same direction, not until the day I asked myself, why can't I change? Should I be stuck in this 100K? Should I be stuck while others are actually earning high and then me, I'm just focused on just earning 100K? Is that really what I want? And then I decided to take a step. Now, what was that step? I decided to quit my job. At the moment whereby I quitted, there was no other job to do. I started freelancing. I started searching for jobs online, scouting around, trying to get jobs online, but to no avail. And then that was when I realized that what I needed to do was to actually change my mindset, the way I think, the way I do things. And that was when I met my mentor, Mr. Aziz. Mr. Aziz saw me and then asked me, Jafet, can I see a list of your goals? And I said, goals? What's actually goals? He said, don't you have a book whereby you wrote down your goals, what you want to achieve from what you're trying to do? I told him no. And then he said, well, That is the first step of my failure if I do not have a list of my goals. And then I asked him, so are you trying to tell me if I have a list of my goals, things are going to change, circumstances are going to change? And it was yes. Now that brings us to what? 4 ways to master your mindset, which is one, goal setting. Mr. Aziz told me something. Jafet, get a journal, write down the list of goals of what you want. And then I wrote down the list of goals. I said the first thing is I want to get a remote job that pays me $2,000 per month. Even when I was saying it, my mind was, I was shaking. I was like, how is that even possible for someone that have not even earned up to 500,000? How is it possible for you to earn up to $2,000? Like it was a goal, like very, very impossible. And then Mr. Aziz said, write down this goal. If this is what you want to achieve, write down your goals. And then I wrote it. What happened? I started applying. I was applying. Day by day, I was applying. Day by day, I was applying. I told him this is not working. And then I would actually remember what he said. He told me something. He said, Japhet, you can only go as far as your mind lets you. You can only go as far as your mind lets you. At that point, I didn't understand what he was saying. But I kept on applying. I kept on applying. I kept on applying. Trying to hear. And then he told me something. Set a goal to become a millionaire for what it will make of you. I was like, I'm not even yet 1,000 years. How will I set a goal to become a millionaire? Isn't that awkward? I mean, for you to set a goal to become a millionaire, you have to set a goal to at least start any 500K, 700K, 900K before you can actually even start talking about millions. But that was actually the goal. I set the goal to actually become a millionaire. And then during that course of that time, I actually noticed something. What was the thing I noticed? I needed to change my mindset. My mindset. So I was having interviews. I was having people to talk to. But regardless, the way I was talking, yes, I have the skills. Yes, I have the 11 years of experience. Yes, I know the technical know-how. But my mindset was still poor. I mean, everybody I was talking to, I'm going to pass the technical interview, but there was no actually results to show off. And then that was when she mentored me about my mindset. I was with a group of people, some group of people, and then they were talking about money. And I'm like, why is this guy talking about 10 million as if it's just a casual money? And then that was when I realized, yes, in as much I have changed my location, that doesn't mean my mindset have changed. My location have changed, but my mindset has not changed. That's why I was still okay with the 100K. That was why I was still okay with the 200K. That was why I was still okay with the 500K. My mindset was not yet changed. I was still okay with the paradigm that I was. I was still okay with the people that were around me. I was still okay with what I was aiming. But what you should realize here is people with growth mindset believe that intelligence or skills in any field can be developed through effort. And that was when I decided to put in the effort. I started applying for jobs. Every day I was applying to over 50 different jobs every day of my life. Every day, 50 today, 50 the next day, 50, 50, 50, 50. I was like, I don't get what am I trying to do? But Mr. Aziz told me, keep pushing on, keep pushing on, keep pushing on. And I was getting rejections day by day, but I was still applying. The first day I applied 50, I was so happy. I was so happy. I didn't apply again after like 1 month. I was expecting I was going to get a response, but I didn't. And he told me it's more like a game of gamble. It's consistency that is the key. Keep applying, keep applying, keep applying. And I kept on applying. And then as time goes by, I started having a lot of interviews. I mean, in a week, I would have about 5 different interviews. And it was more or less like I was not trying to be the one to choose what I'm going to do, what I'm not going to do. There was just a lot of interviews, a lot of interviews, a lot of interviews. And why was that? Because I decided to change my mindset. I decided to change the way I think. I decided to change what I ask. Then if I'm trying to ask for 500K as a salary, I will be so afraid of myself. I'll be like, I don't want to say 500K so that I won't lose the job. I don't want to say 300K so I won't lose the job. And what happened? My first interview, I tried out something. When I was having a conversation with the interviewer, I asked me something. He said, "What's my salary expectation?" And I said $2,000. He said he didn't quite get that. I said $2,000. He said, "All right, they will get back to me." After I left the meeting, I was so sad because I felt like they were not going to ever get back to me again after the whole interview. Because any interview that says she's going to get back to you, obviously, there's high tendencies of him not getting back to you. I was so sad, so disappointed at myself and all of that. And lo and behold, after 1 week, I saw an offer letter with that $2,000 I requested off. And from that moment henceforth, I decided that I am going to stick to what I believe is right for me. I am going to stick to what I believe it is the best for me. I mean, there were a lot of failures. There were a lot of failures. I was applying numerous times, but there was a lot of failures. But I chose to embrace that failure. Now, that is the key thing we should try to understand. In our day-to-day activities, whenever you see that failure, see it as a kind of motivation. I've been in the industry for quite a long time, and I've seen a lot of people. I get to share to people ideas on how to get remote jobs, and then they apply 30 and they come back telling me I can't get any remote jobs. Things are just frustrating. And then I ask how many jobs you apply. You said 30. 30? I mean, yeah, I am working with 5 different companies. I have a lot of jobs, but I'm still applying about 1,000 different jobs every month, and you're applying 30. Are you sure you want to really learn? You are applying 30. 30 what? 30 different jobs. Now let's take some minutes. Let me ask you guys a question. I would like every one of you to do something. I would like you all to raise your hands. Like, just raise your hands. You all should try to raise your hands. Everybody should raise his hand. No, your physical hand. Your hands that are with you, just try raising it up. Exactly. Okay, so try to raise it more higher again. As we're talking, just try to raise your hands more higher. There we go. Now, did you notice something? The first time you raised your hand, you actually raised it a little bit, not that high. And then the second time that I said raise your hand, you actually raised it to the highest point. Why? Because there is room for growth. Why? Because there is room for improvement. In whatsoever we do, there's actually always room for growth. There's always room for improvement. My mentor always tells me something, Japheth, do you think if you're earning $10,000, is this the best you can do? And then he tells me that I'm so disappointed in you. This is not the best you can do. I'm like, boss, what do you want me to do? I mean, I have grown from earning $2,000 to $5,000 to $10,000. What else do you want me to do? And he says, Japheth, is this the best you can do? If you're not doing the best you can do, then you're just in your comfort zone. And your comfort zone is the greatest enemy to our growth. Comfort zone. A lot of us are always comfortable with what we're earning. A lot of us are comfortable with that $500 job. A lot of us are comfortable with the $200 job we're earning. When there is room for improvement, when there is room for growth. But then what stops us? The fear. What stops us? The fear to go. Most of us always talk negative things. That's why I say 4 ways to master your mindset. Number 1 thing is positive self-talk. When I was in Abuja, within the first few months, it was really, really tough because I knew nobody in Abuja. I mean, I knew nobody. Imagine a stranger going to Abuja, a land of nobody. I mean, I was trying to live my own fantasy. I was living a fantasy. It was a movie. That is the problem with these motivational speakers. They just talked to me, and then I believed it, and then I moved to an unknown land. I knew nobody there. I just believed on myself. Day by day, I was struggling. Day by day. At the end of the day, I was like, oh man, there's nothing in this Abuja. I'm just going to go back to my father's house, whereby there's food, where I can eat and all of that. There was a time I went for an interview. I didn't have transportation to come back. I had to trek from 11 o'clock to 5 o'clock, and I was trekking. I was just saying, Japheth is going to be fine. Japheth is going to be fine. I was smiling. Like someone that has money in his pocket. Obviously, I have nothing, but I was smiling. Let me give an example. How many of you notice that once you have money in your pocket, you're actually working with boldness, you're actually working with confidence? How many of you? Hello? How many of you notice that when you have money, you normally have this confidence in you, you normally work with pride? Exactly. Now, Let's take, for instance, you do not have that money, and then that money is not in your pocket. What happens? You get to start feeling overwhelmed. You get to start feeling down. You get to start feeling like you're not who you are. But immediately you have that money in you, what happens? Poof, you become purpose. What happens? You become pompous and all of that. Now, what am I trying to say? It's all in the mind. Now, your mind doesn't know if you have money or you don't have money. You are actually the one programming it in your mind. If you tell yourself you have money, definitely you have money. If you tell yourself you do not have money, definitely you behave as if you do not have money. Why? It's all about how you program yourself. It's all about what you believe on yourself. It's all about how you see yourself. Let's say you're going for an interview. Let's say you have an interview today, and then you have not worked, you have been searching for jobs for over 5 years, and you didn't get any job. During that interview, what's going to happen? You're going to be so anxious. You're going to show the interviewer that you are so anxious to get that job. And then it will warrant you calling even figures that you are not supposed to call. Probably the job is meant for $1,000. You're going to say, please, can I have $500? Why? Because you are so anxious. Why? Because you have created that thing in your mind. You have created that limitation in your mind that this is your last opportunity. But the moment you tell yourself that I can do this, the moment you tell yourself the moment you tell yourself you have that passion, the moment you tell yourself you can do that, that is all that matters. Now let's go to something I actually outlined. If you want to be happy and interesting for the rest of your life, then you got to learn this one thing. Learn to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. Learn to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. Now, let me give you a story. 2022, I became a millionaire. I made my first million. 2022 at a very young age. I made my first million. I made my first million at a very, very young age. It was something miraculous. I mean, I have never imagined that I'm going to make my first million at a very, very young age. Now, what happened? Those skills I've acquired, those knowledge I've acquired, that was what actually took me to the top. And then all of a sudden, after 1 year, I lost everything. Immediately, I lost everything. I came back to square zero. But then what happened? Within 30 days back, within 30 days back, I was able to get back to my feet. I mean, I lost everything to the extent that I was not even having money to subscribe for data. That is to tell you how I lost everything. I mean, I lost everything to the down. But what then happened? After 30 days, I was able to regain back myself, not just becoming a millionaire, but times 2 of what I was actually in. Why? Because I worked harder on myself, not just on my job. Now, if you work harder on yourself, you can make a fortune. If you work more harder on yourself, you can make a fortune. If you work more harder on your job, you can make a living. I mean, there's a lot of people living comfortably doing the 9-to-5 jobs, but they do not have that value. They do not have that skills. If they were to lay you off today, are you going to be able to get back to that job? Are you going to have other opportunities? But once you have that right mindset, once you have that mindset that, see, whatever you do, you're good at it and you can do what you lay your hands to do. And that is just it. That's basically what you need. Consistency is the key. I normally tell people, some people come and they say, Japheth, please refer me to this job. Japheth, refer me to this job. I tell you daily, I tell people how to get the remote gigs, but none of them actually can stick to the discipline. Now, the bridge between you and your goals is what? Discipline. Just a few couple of discipline and consistency. That is just what you need. I came back home during the 30 days, and then someone came to my house and said, Japheth, please, I want to be around you for this next 30 days. This is how much I'm earning. I'm earning $50,000. How can I upskill myself? How can I earn more? And I told him, all you need to do, just stay with me. Do whatever I do. From morning till evening, I was trying to learn new skills. From morning till evening, I was applying to different jobs. Around 10 o'clock in the night, I was supposed to be sleeping. My eyes were all heavy. I'm supposed to be sleeping. And it's like, Japheth, won't you sleep? I said, no. What am I doing? I'm applying for jobs. Applying consistency. Even when you get that rejection, even when you get that failure, what happens? You keep on applying. Do not take no for an answer. And that's what most people don't know. It's more like a game of gamble. Sorry to say that, but it's more like a game of gamble. Yes, you have the skills. Yes, you have the technical know-how. I mean, I personally have the skills. I've been working for over 11 years as a software engineer. I'm into blockchain. I'm into AI. I'm into web development. I'm into app development. But what happens? Most times, with my skills and all of that, I still do not get the job. Why? It's a number of probability. It's all about probability. It's all about consistency. You can't apply 10 different jobs and then you're expecting to receive a response when there are thousands of people applying that same job. That's not how things work. You have to work on your mindset. You have to believe that, see, no matter what, you are the best for that job. There's something I normally tell myself. And that is the mindset I've created for myself. And that is the mindset that automatically works for me. I told myself once I have an interview, if it's anything pertaining writing and all of that, I'm literally going to fail it. But that interviewer should not just dare mistakenly let me catch him one-on-one for us to have a discussion. I automatically get that job. I can tell you that 90% of all the jobs I have gotten, I got it on that spot. Why? Because I noticed there's a lot of people applying for jobs. I mean, there's a lot of people applying for jobs. What would set you apart when there's a lot of people applying for jobs in this space? I mean, is it your technical skills? There's a lot of people. Guess what I did? I learned Mandarin, Chinese. I learned Chinese. A lot of interviewers, when they get on a call with me, they will tell me what actually prompted me to want to talk to you was the fact that I saw you speak Chinese. They were like, how the hell do you speak Chinese for in Nigeria? They are so surprised. I normally tell myself, don't just allow me to catch you in an interview. What will happen? Now, what's my strategy? I use storytelling as my strategy for an interviewer. Now, there's 90% of, I'm telling you, 90% of jobs I've gotten. Currently, I work with companies in UK, I work in companies in Japan. Currently, I work in companies, I'm even supposed to relocate to Korea. I work with a lot of companies. And how was I able to get that jobs? 90% of them was through what I created for myself. Now, the mindset I created for myself, and I'm telling you, all the jobs that I did through writing a letter, all of it, I end up not getting it. Now, I have believed in myself and I have believed in my mindset that the only way for me to get a job is by what? Is by actually talking to that interviewer. And then all of them, at the end of the day, what did they end up saying? I just like you. I want to give you the job. Immediately, they give me that job and they tell me you are hired at the spot. They bypass all other protocols of going back to the team, talking to the team. Why? Because I was able to know what works for me. I was able to know the strategy that works for me. You have to create that strategy that works for you in the remote space. I mean, what are you doing that other people are not doing? You think it's about your skills? You think it's about how you design your CV? No. It's all about your strategy. What is unique about you? What is that unique thing about you? I mean, the current job that I'm working, a Japanese company that I'm working with, currently one of the highest paid companies I'm working with is a Japanese company. I applied for the job like 3 weeks. And then all of a sudden they sent me an email telling me I'll be having an interview with them in 1 month's time. I was like, in 1 month's time, but I don't know how to speak Japan. I've run YouTube. I started learning how to speak Japan, konnichiwa, all of that. I was learning Japanese. And then when we had the call, what happened? It was not my skills that actually stood out. What actually stood out? It was my Japanese. All I had to do was to speak Japanese with him, and then boom, that was just it. I started telling him my story of how I became a software developer, this and that, and that was it. You have to captivate that interviewer. You have to make him believe that you are the right person for that job. You think it's all about your skills. No, it's not. There's a lot of people doing the same thing that you're doing. Now, let's move to this. It's not what happens to you that matters. Rather, it's how you react and your perspective or mindset towards it that matters. Now, I'm telling you, I am not joking. In a month, I usually used to have about 2,000 rejections with how good I am. I mean, I have 3 different degrees. I have technical knowledge in blockchain, in software development, in app, in web, and AI, all of that. But I do get rejections. But now what happens? It's not the way it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Now, my mentor usually tells me something. I have a mentor. It's more like a role model. He's not alive. Jim Rohn is his name. He said it's not what happens to you that matters, but how you react to it. Now, let me ask you something. Now, imagine there are two people, there are two friends, and then, okay, it's even an example that actually happened. There was this time, two people were actually sitting and all of that, and they heard a gunshot. Immediately, the girl developed a high blood pressure, and then her heart started pumping so fast. And before you know, she died of what? High blood pressure. Whereas the other person just ran away for his life, and then he was fine. Now, what happened? Two of them reacted to the scenario differently. Now it all depends on how you react to that scenario. It all depends on how you react to it. Let's say you're having a conflict in your workspace. It all depends on how you react to that conflict. I mean, yes, definitely in the journey of consistency, in the journey of trying to apply for a job, you will definitely get rejections. Are you going to be overwhelmed because you applied for 30 jobs and then you got rejections? What would you say about me that is getting 2,000 rejections every month with my qualifications and everything? Am I overwhelmed? No. Why? Because you know it's all about your consistency, and you know that in as much you keep on applying, there is that high tendency that yes, definitely you're going to have that opportunity. Now let's move on to the next thing: mindset for remote work success. Now, the biggest obstacle you will face is your emphasis. The power of your mindset control is achieving goals. Suggest that mindset, set the limit for one's achievement, reinforce the idea of learning from failures, own mind, shift your mindset towards the positive, and you will unlock untapped potential no matter the challenge you have. You do not have a list of goals. How are you going to achieve what you want to achieve? I mean, I'm going to ask you why you know any 1 million, and you tell me it's the country, is the government, is Tinubu, is this. Those are flimsy excuses. Those are excuses that the failures give. The difference between you and the successful ones are the successful ones do what the failures won't do. Consistency in updating, consistency in applying of jobs, consistency in updating yourself. You have been a web developer for the past 5 years. You are still being a web developer. Aren't you going to update yourself? Are you going to keep on being a web developer when things are changing, when there are AIs being able to do what you're doing? Definitely, you need to update yourself. I mean, there was a time I said I want to become a blockchain engineer, not just because of I want to update myself. I mean, it sounds so cool. In a country whereby everywhere we are hearing I'm a web developer, and I come, I'm like, hello, I'm Jaffe Jonathan, I'm a blockchain developer. How elegant does that sound? I mean, it's so fantastic to just come and say, hey, I'm a blockchain developer. Why? Because I'm consistently updating myself. I'm consistently improving myself. Someone came and met me and told me, Jaffe, the only reason why everything is working fine for you is because you are in the software space. And I told him, no. It's not about being on the software space. Any aspect I choose to, I can actually progress and I can actually succeed in that aspect. I asked him, what are you? He said he's a nurse. I said, okay, perfect. I took 1 month to read books on anatomy. And I'm telling you, the next month, what did I do? I started applying, I started talking to people, doing projects for people that are doing their masters in health sector. And then they literally thought I graduated with masters in maybe anatomy or stuff like that. But no, I just updated myself. I just learned new things. If you have that mindset for growth, then you will not have a limit to yourself. Have that mindset of growth, and you will not have limit to yourself. Now, second thing we were talking about is adaptability and flexibility. Now, a positive mindset includes being adaptable and open to new experiences. You're working with a remote company, and then they tell you, hey, we're bringing this new software into this company, and then you start crumbling, you start shouting and all of that. If you're not being able to adapt to situations, how are you planning to actually succeed? How are you planning to actually get those remote jobs when you are not being able to adapt to minor situations? And then the third thing is resilience and self-discipline. Challenges are opportunities for growth. There's something Mr. Andrew, one of my mentors, always tells me. It's not what happens to you that matters. It's not the mistake. Mistakes are like stories. Mistakes are experience for you to learn, to gain much more experience. Probably because you're working with this company and then boom, your employer fired you. And then boom, you've given up because of a little mistake. No, you challenge yourself. You see opportunity for growth. You discipline yourself. Time management, which are part of the essentials. Most of us don't have this time management. We want to earn money, we want to do double work, but we don't have that time management. Someone asked me, Jaffed, how you been able to work 5 different jobs, run your company, your biotech company, still attend to meetings, still do other things? Time management, self-discipline. I mean, I read different books. I read 3 different books every month. Atomic Habits, 5 a.m. Club, a lot of books. Now, how do you expect to grow yourself? How do you expect to move from $2,000 to $10,000 when you're not even thinking like one? I mean, okay, there's something I always do. If I'm trying to earlier this year, when we started this year, I wrote down some list of goals of things I want to achieve. Within the middle of the year, it's good that I've achieved all of them. And then I asked myself, what are other things that I can do to actually boost up myself? Everything you're trying to do, you have to work as if you are in that scenario, as if you are there already. You attract what you want to become. You want to become a millionaire and you're behaving like someone that doesn't have 2K in his account. Oshe, how do you want to do that? There is no way possible. There is no way you can be in that paradigm. There is no way you can attract what you do not have. How many of you notice that once a new smoker goes to a new environment, all of a sudden he attracts what? He attracts people that smoke immediately. Like it's no magic. You attract people that smoke. Why? Because you are on that paradigm. That is what you vibrate on. You want to start earning $2,000, you want to start earning $5,000, you want to get remote gigs, and then you are only applying to remote gigs in Nigeria. You are only limiting yourself to job man, which is Nigerian based job. How are you going to do that? You are the one setting the limitation to yourself. We are our greatest limitation. You set limitations to yourself and you expect to move further and you end up saying, it's my village people, people are working against me. No, you are not. I don't know if you understand. So basically, that's what we need to do. And then there's one more thing. You cannot change your destination without changing your direction. Same also, you cannot change your results until you change what you attract and your mindset. You cannot change your destination without changing your direction. Same also, you cannot change your results without changing what you attract. So today, decide on what you're going to attract. Decide on setting that pace for yourself. Decide on applying that 30 different jobs every day. Decide on actually learning new skills every day. Decide to upskill yourself. Decide not to relent on yourself and be telling yourself that I can't do that. Decide to tell that employer this is what you want to achieve. I mean, if I can be earning $10,000 and more within 3 years, why can't you? I mean, I started applying to remote jobs within just 3 years, and I'm earning more every day of my life. Consistency. Stop limiting yourself. Stop telling yourself you can't do it. Apply to those jobs. LinkedIn, Jobberman, Indeed, all those places attract. Sell yourself. Don't limit yourself. Don't put that barrier, that limitation to yourself. And then lastly, but not least, no matter the challenges, you have the choice to respond positively. Set a goal, take the first step and keep moving forward one step at a time. And do not forget, the major key to your better future is you and your mindset. Thank you very much.
Told me that he's dropping bars, and I was like, where? I didn't get it.
Thank you so much,
Uh,
sir.
okay. Yeah, that was like a
Thank
very
you so much. God bless you, sir.
okay. Okay.
So, do anyone have
So
questions before I go?
exactly, we're going to take questions. I don't know. Can you guys hear me?
For me, I can hear clearly for me.
Okay, let's start with you. Yeah, Orai, Oraiki. What's the name? You can ask your question,
All right.
please.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Um, okay, sir. My question is this. It's about LinkedIn, actually. Let's say for someone, it's actually me anyway. I started to major my growth on LinkedIn and Facebook. So for some time now, I've been consistent there. Like I've been trying to be consistent there. I write. I major in writing, copywriting, and content writing. But recently, I'm taking a course on virtual assistant. Okay, the thing is, I know the way to grow on LinkedIn. You have to connect with other um people. You comment, engage their posts, and all of that. I've been doing that. I've been doing that, but still, I'm not seeing the growth. So it's kind of like make me want to give up. Yes, I'm not seeing the result despite the the effort I'm putting. Yes, so that's my question. My question now is, what should I do in a situation like this? What do you think?
All right, perfect. That's a wonderful question. Before I answer that question, can you please tell me what you do? What actually do you do? What's your profession?
Sorry, I didn't get the question.
Before I answer your question, can you tell me what you do? What's your profession?
Okay. Um, what I do is I write. Yes, I
Okay.
write.
And then,
I write this page content.
okay,
Yes,
so you're a
sales
writer,
page
and
and
then you're
content.
trying to, you're a writer, and then you're trying to,
Yes.
okay, yeah, yeah, I definitely understand. Now, before I answer that question, let me just tell you something. Your efforts, right? Your effort is a
Yes,
reflection of
sir.
your interest, and your curiosity will definitely lead you to your answers. Your effort is a reflection of your interest. Now, you have actually put in that effort, lots of effort into what you're trying to do, right? And then you're not seeing the result.
Yes.
Now, you need to ask yourself something. What am I doing wrong? Now that's where you need to take a step back, a little bit step back, and re-strategize and ask yourself, what is that thing that I'm doing wrong? What is that thing that I'm supposed to doing that I'm not doing? I mean, yes, you can be consistent, you can be doing what you're doing, but then if you've been doing it for a very long time and you're not getting results, then it's high time for you to change your direction. As I was saying, your results can't change without actually, you can't change your destination without actually changing the direction in which you're going. So if that is the direction you're going, now it depends on how long have you been doing it. Is it 1 month, 2 months? You can't be doing it for 1 month, 2 months, and you're just already planning on giving up. No. But one thing I'm going to tell you is to change the direction you're going. Now, let me actually show you something. Let me just show you something before I round up. Let me just show you before I round up your question. Let me show you something. Um, Hold on. Okay, perfect. Can you see this? Can you see this image? Hello, can you see this image?
Um.
Hello.
Yes, you can see it. You can see.
Okay,
Yes, I
perfect.
can see.
Now this was a flow of what I actually. This was a flow for something I developed. Exactly. Now you have set that goal for yourself. What's actually the goal that you have set
Yes,
for
I
yourself?
can. Yes,
The goal is you want to get more audience. Yeah, the goal that you set for yourself is you want to get more audience. Now, what's the next thing for you to do? Is to believe in the possibility of it. Now, the question is, are you just doing it because people are doing it, or you actually believe in that possibility? Now, if you actually believe in that possibility, the next thing is to take inspired actions. Now take strategies, look for strategies, not just LinkedIn. LinkedIn is not just the only way you could grow yourself. You could send cold emails. You could actually be posting on other platforms too as well. Now that is what is called inspired actions. You have to take inspired actions. Now this was a flow chart for what I did when I was trying to earn $1,000 per week. This was last year. I developed this flowchart and I told myself I want to be earning $1,000 per week. I don't want to be waiting till month end before I earn my 10,000 and all that. I want to be earning $1,000 per week. What did I needed to do? I needed to believe in the possibility. I visualized it, And then I take inspired actions. What are the inspired actions? I searched for opportunities. I improved my skills and then networked and did side projects. Now you try to also improve your skills. Probably it's not captivating. Probably people are not really like it's not really capturing people's attention. Now you have to try a different route. Now maintain positive mindset. No matter what is happening, maintain this thing called positive mindset. Believe on yourself. Once the moment you say today is just boring, today is so sad, today is feels so bad, today is going to feel so bad for you. But the moment you believe on that positive mindset, the moment you believe that yes, you can do it, that is just it. Poof. You move to your goal. You've been able to achieve your goal, and then that is all. You've been able to do what you intend to do. But the moment you keep doubting on yourself, the moment you keep on thinking that this is hard, that is just it. So take a step back, reroute, check and see the things that you are doing wrong, and then try different approaches. If it warrants you getting a mentor, get one for yourself, and then see how things are going to work out. Do not forget, consistency is the key.
Awesome, awesome. So, Oriaki, I hope that answers the question. I think that the one I picked there is if you haven't been doing it for too long, then you want to be patient a little more. But you've been doing it for a while and still haven't seen results. You want to
Yes,
revisit
thank
the
you.
direction you have been. So I think what you could also do is to check out people who have done it before, people in the space, yeah, and ask them, okay, what do you think I'm doing wrong? This is how I've been doing it, and let them give you more specialized, more specific advice. So, Agatha, we're going to take your question as well. We don't have much time. I would like us to switch, round up the session in about 4 more minutes. So, let's jump on to your question, Agatha.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Jacket, for your advice. I think we just took us through. But my question is this concerning setting goals. Can you hear me, please?
Can you be more audible a bit? Sorry.
Okay. I said so. You talked about setting goals. Like in a day, you apply for about 30 to 50 jobs, and one have to be consistent when applying for job and when trying to achieve a goal. But what I want to ask is this. The question I want to ask is this. To the best of my knowledge, each job, each role for each company that is looking for an employer has different roles that they are looking for as an employer. So, and I know you can't use one CV to apply for different job from what I've learned so far. You can't use one CV to apply for different jobs. You have to tailor your CV to the role that a particular company is looking for. So I want to ask, is it that applying for, if I should set a goal for like, okay, in a day I want to be applying for 40 jobs, do I have to keep on tailoring my CVs to different jobs that I'll be coming, sorry, excuse me. Do I have to tailor my CV to the different job that I'll be coming across? Or is there, I just want to know how you actually did it.
All right, perfect. That's a very, very important question, Agatha. Now, number one thing that I did before starting to apply for remote jobs was one thing. I actually upgraded myself. Now, you have to think of the field you are. You can't be a software engineer and be applying for a job in medicine or in other space as well. Now, that field that you are, sorry, before I go on, can you tell me the field you are into? What field are you into? What's your profession?
Okay. Okay, currently I'm a customer service. Though I'm trying to transition into tech. Like I've already registered for a course that will start August. Work data analyst. So
Perfect.
I'm trying
That
to
is
transition
perfect.
into tech.
That is perfect. Number one, the first thing you do is to gain skills. Now you can't be applying for what you don't have. That's why we have Talent app for you to actually be able to gain those skills, for you to actually learn all those skills you're trying to do. The first thing first is to acquire those skills. Now, if you're trying to get something that you do not have value, you're just wasting your time. If you go close to a rich man and then you do not have value, you're definitely not going to get his money because you do not have value to exchange. Notice the rich always give to the rich. Why? Because they have value to offer. Now, in as much you've been able to upgrade yourself and you have a lot of skills, now that's where you'll be able to have just one CV. I did that with just one CV. I'm telling you, Agatha, I do not have two CVs. I only have one CV. Why? because in that space that I'm applying for, I've acquired the web development skills, I've acquired the app development skills, I've acquired the blockchain skills and AI skills. Now, what excuse you want to use as an interviewer to not hire me when I have all those skills? Now, I'm not telling you to actually go and apply and try to learn everything. You can't learn everything, obviously. It's going to take time. But then that place, that niche in which you're good at, that data analyst, I'm telling you, there's thousands of jobs every day on data analyst. What do? That's why you look for mentorship. That's why you look for people to guide you on how to do it. Now, there's a very simple way to do this. When I go to LinkedIn, what do? The only thing I get to do is to apply, is to write AI developer jobs. AI developer jobs, that is it. And the only jobs they are going to show me are AI related jobs. There are filters in all job application portals. There's what we call filters. You put your filter and then you get what you actually want. But now, if you are having that consistency and you don't have that value, you don't have that thing, it's going to take years. It's going to take months. What's supposed to take you 1 month, it will take you 2 years. Why? Because you do not have that much skills. So first of all, what I would advise you, Agatha, is to develop yourself. That's what I'm talking about. Develop yourself to have that skills so that you can put it in your resume and then have that one skill that will actually boost you. And while you're having different resumes, I mean, sometimes it's great, but sometimes there's one thing that captivates the other, and then you end up getting hired. I mean, one of the jobs that I got, he hired me because I was writing poetry. In software development jobs, but in part of my skills was I wrote poetry before, and then boom, that was just it. Write down those skills separately. It might not be the main thing in your CV, but you can put it at the side. So once you've gotten that skills, you'll be able to put all of them in your CV, and then you'll be able to apply for the jobs you want. One CV, and then the job preference you use on the job portals. Write the job portals you're looking for data analyst, like data analyst, and then apply. That does it. And then there's one more trick I usually use when trying to apply for jobs. I normally use the date filter, 24 hours, posted 24 hours ago. You can't go and be applying for a job. Sometimes it works. But imagine the jobs that have been posted 5 days ago and up to 1,000 people have applied. Do you think me as the person will start checking 1,000 people's CVs? No, obviously not. I don't know if you get. So develop yourself, get those skills, have that your one CV, use the job filters, functions, and filter out what you are good at and then apply for it. That is basically it. So I don't know if I'm being able to answer your question, Agatha.
Um, Thank you very much. I got a link down as a question. All right, so we've come to the end of this particular session. I see that Valini, you have a question. Daniel Dini also has a question, but we'll have a second session and we have to jump to that session. We have another 15 minutes for the second session, so I will not be able to take your questions already. What you can do is that you can type in your questions in the chat. I'm very sure Japheth will likely provide responses to you, and if possible, you could even maybe drop away if you want to. If you want him to maybe reach out to you, maybe drop away, and if he's interested in that, he could reach out to you and just help out with that. But having said that, I would like you all to tell me in one line or 2 lines, what's that thing that stood out for you in this particular session with Japheth, right? So can you just type it in the chat? Did you learn anything from this particular session? And please let's use the reactions to appreciate Japheth, because this was an amazing session. This was really, really an amazing session. I'd also be dropping his LinkedIn profile on the chat so that you can connect with him. You can check out his profile and then, do you want to connect with him? You can connect with him on LinkedIn. But yeah, while we're at that, I'm waiting for you. What did you learn? What's that for you in this particular session? Can you share with me in the chat? So I'm going to send his link now to the chat so you could just connect with him. So Victoria said consistency and discipline is important. Thank you very much. Lesson said, thank you, Japheth. Are you open for mentorships? Okay. Are you going to mentor him or is he going to mentor you? How important is LinkedIn Premium? Jonathan, are you open to mentor people? I was joking there. How important is LinkedIn Premium in getting remote jobs? Pretty much important, but again, you can get a ton of jobs without LinkedIn Premium. Yesterday, you shared link startup the jobs here, and even on LinkedIn free, you see a ton of job openings you can apply to. Coding is also almost free. You can code mail people either on LinkedIn, on Twitter, or you could find their email and actually code email them as per code mail. So we don't necessarily need LinkedIn Premium to get a job. You can get a job without it. Growth mindset is key. Thank you, Anulwa, for challenges and opportunities for growth. Thank you very much, Comfort. Positive mindset stood out for me. Yes, blessing. Are you open for mentorships? So people want to mentor you, you have to come and be mentored. Never relent, be consistent and have a positive mindset. Yes, I learned a lot and I feel encouraged. I usually felt I'm doing everything possible, editing CV, tailoring CV for different jobs, yet no feedback. But just like you said, now how many jobs do I apply in a day? Now I know this. Yes, that's very correct. How many jobs? Yeah, that's the right question. After how many are you actually applying to in a day? My question is, how does time frame affect applying for jobs? Difference between 1 week posted jobs. Well, if you apply when it's like 24 hours posted, it means that you're one of the early applicants. Most times, people, HR professionals don't fill in the job very fast. So within the first 2-3 days, they just start reviewing the CVs that they've gotten, the applications they've gotten, and then they start reaching out to candidates. So if you are submitting your own application like 2 weeks after, mostly the people that are submitted early, they're already in the final stage of the interview. So you are just additional entries in their database. And the reason why they are not closing it yet is because in case those final people, they don't finally employ them, they will now maybe come back to you as B plan C. But most times, by the end of the first week, second week, they already start interviewing, reaching out to screen applications and reaching out to candidates that they found interesting. Every job application is first come, first serve basis. You don't wait forever until you find the God candidates, kind of. So that's why. Keep applying, don't give up. Thank you very much, Ambano. And once again, thank you very much, Jackie. This is an amazing session. All right, everyone. The recording for this session again will be on the board. If you are not on the board yet, you just go to Talent app and then you see the recording maybe by later in the night or by tomorrow. The recording will be uploaded on the board. I've shared the link to Japheth's LinkedIn profile. For those of you that want to mentor him, please go there and I'm telling you your prices that you can apply for mentoring. Again, that's a joke in case you did not catch it. And yeah, there are assignments for as a part of this bootcamp. Please ensure you are participating in these assignments. So right about now, we're going to be jumping to the next session. And the next session, we're going to be talking about how do I use my LinkedIn profile, CV, to successfully apply for remote jobs. I tailor my LinkedIn profile, my resume, and also going to be hearing about success stories on how on the job application process. And we're going to be taking that from no other person than Isaac Folari. Isaac Folari is co-founder at Talent App, and in the last 4 years, he's worked at various multinational organizations. Yeah, he's worked in organizations in the UK, in the US. I think he's one in Canada. I don't know. And of course, many other organizations in Nigeria. He's worked across fintech, edtech, I think biotech, hardware biotech as well. Writing code for a wearable application that's like a smart research and stuff like that. So, how exactly did you work for a UK organization when you were in Nigeria? You didn't leave US organization when you did not leave as well. How exactly did you do that? I think it's going to walk us through how to leverage revamped CV, revamped LinkedIn profile, and successfully applying for jobs. Isaac, test your microphone. Does it work? You can see mic check 1 billion, 2 billion, something like that.
Oh yeah, mic check, mic check.
All right. So please let's welcome Isaac. Isaac, welcome. I did not say 1 billion, so I don't know. And guys, if you don't test the mic, say mic check 1 billion, 2 billion. That's our emotion of testing the mic in one shoe. So you have to copy from the best now, isn't it? All right, Mike, Isaac, we cannot wait to hear from you, please. The mic is yours.
All right. Thank you, Amizi. Good evening, everyone. So it feels so good to be here. Good evening, welcome. So like Amizi rightly introduced me, I'm Isaac Folari, co-founder at Talent App. and I'm a software engineer. Basically, I build mobile applications. That's what I do for a living. If you have an idea, you want me to translate it to a mobile application, then I'm the guy to talk to. So yeah, basically that's just what I do. That's what I do, my day-to-day activity. I just love building applications that run on Android, iOS, and of course different platforms. So yeah, tonight I'll be talking on, I'm sharing my screen. Please confirm you can see my screen. Okay, yeah, okay. Thank you for the confirmation, Ahmed. Thank you. So tonight I'll be talking on revamping your resume, LinkedIn profile, and portfolio for job applications. That's what I'll be talking on. And this session is going to be very practical. I'm going to come down to everybody's level. I'm going to ensure I give you, practical success stories and practical examples on how to apply these things, right? So if you are with your writing materials, or if you have joined with your earpiece, your earpods, just pay attention. And of course, I would give room for, we always have the Q&A sessions where you get to ask your questions. So I will ensure I attend to virtually all questions. So please just follow suit. So tonight I want to be talking on revamping your resume. So basically what I want to talk on is, thank you, Mr. Japheth Jonathan, for that wonderful session. I paid very close attention. I listened to everything you shared. There are practical stuff that have helped me personally as a professional in the industry. And of course, there are things that I'm still applying in my day-to-day activities. So thank you for that wonderful session. Thank you. So, but based on everything Mr. Jonathan has said, how you can hit these milestones, you want to earn. Let me just start on this note. There was a meme or a joke that was spreading during COVID. I don't know. I'll just cast our minds back to that quickly. Just a guy randomly saying, I want to be writing for loop. I want to be looping through. I want to be any 3K doors. I want to be any 4K doors. The money software engineers earn, it's quite huge and all of those things. So when I saw it, of course, it was something, a video that went viral, everybody making, catching cruise through the video. You want to earn 3K dollars, but basically you don't know that you want to hit milestone of any 1K, $1,000. You want to hit a milestone of any $10,000. All these things are possible. There are possibilities that we have seen. There are possibilities that have been modeled to us. We could look at it from the perspective of we are Nigerians, or we are based in Africa. I see that you are telling me I can earn 10K dollars monthly. Yeah, it's possible. These are possibilities that people have modeled to us, that is, they are happening. So it's not like we are giving you stories. But yeah, tonight I want to give you an exposition, or I want to give you a very deep insight to what can give you access to these things. How do you earn this huge money you are hearing? How do you belong to that society or that class of people that earn, or they are well paid? So one of the tools, is more like, if you're a farmer and you are going to farm, you must go with your tools. You cannot just go to the farm without anything, right? So tonight I want to talk about, I'm going to pay my attention to the first one, resume, because this is your entry to any job, right? So let's start from there. Revamping your resume, LinkedIn profile, and portfolio for job applications. So I'll take them one at a time. Now, let me start with resume, right? What is resume? Sometimes or seldom called CV for people that might not understand what resume is. It's equal to, or it's equivalent to your CV, curriculum vitae. That's basically what we're talking about, resume. So this CV in context is your entry level to getting any job. I mean, come to think of it, a company in the UK is hiring. They don't know you from Adam. They don't know you from anywhere, right? They don't, in fact, they don't even want, your name is not even sweet. Yes, you bear Fiona, you bear Isaac, you are Abraham. Abraham is in the Bible, right? You answer David, and all of these things. Nobody cares about how handsome or how beautiful or you look. Basically, what will bring the interaction between the company that is hiring and you that you're applying is just one thing, which is your CV or your resume, right? So it is your entry level. It is more like your pass to getting into a system, right? It now depends. You might not get into the system eventually. Of course, there are lots of rejections that come along the line, but then your resume or your CV is basically your entry level. So entering or penetrating any system, right? So let's start with CV or resume. How do you revamp? What's the word revamp? For people that will be wondering, oh, this guy is talking about revamping CV or revamping your resume. What does it mean? Revamping means that yes, you have a resume, right? But you want to take it from level A to level B, or you want to take it from, nadir to apogee. Sorry for the big grammar. You want to take it from the lowest points to the peak. That's basically what revamping is. You want to look into your CV. You want to embellish it. You want to add one or two things that will make it so attractive. That's what revamping means. It's more like you are making things better. You live in an apartment where you want to revamp or renovate your apartment. What do you do? Or you change your paints, you change your chairs, your bed sheets. That's basically what we're trying to say tonight. That's all of my conversation. That's what is centered around. So how do I revamp my CV or my resume? What does it mean to revamp? What are the things that I need to pay attention to when I'm revamping my resume? So let's jump right into that. So first thing is, for your resume revamp, first and foremost, ensure that your resume or your CV captures your contact information. I mean, how do I get across to you as an hiring manager? If you have submitted your CV and there's no contact information, there's no way I can reach you. It means that you're unreachable. It's just like most of us that we still stay with our parents. You have a phone and the phone is always switched off. Nobody is able to reach you. It becomes a problem. Everybody nags. Everybody complains. Why is that your phone is always switched off? You're not imagine there are cases of emergencies. We cannot reach you. So first, ensure that any CV you have in this life, ensure that your CV captures your contact information. Now, let's start. What are the things that you should have in your contact information page? First, your phone number. Please and please and please. Some of us, we make those mistakes. When we are submitting CVs, we add the number that you bought when you were in SS3, your phone number when you were in secondary school. That's the number you add on your CV. Meanwhile, the same. In fact, ordinary NIN that you needed for your JAM examination, you could not get NIN, you could not get SMS and all. Basically because you have misplaced the number. So
Hi
ensure,
Isaac.
all right.
Would like to see a slide. I don't know. You're not currently showing a slide.
Oh, I think my screen must have probably if it froze. I was sharing my I will stop sharing and share. So please, thank you, Arinze, for that. Please confirm you can see my screen, my slide now.
Yes, I can now. Thank you very
Okay.
much.
Thank you, Arinze. Thank you. Thank you. I wasn't paying attention to the chat. Probably I would have seen that. So yeah, I was back to the subject matter. I said, ensure your phone number is reachable. Ensure it's a number that any recruiting team, any hiring manager can dial and then it can go through. That's one of the things you want to do in your contact information. And ensure, please, in the course of my career as a software engineer, I've been, have had the privilege to interview people or to go through, resumes as part of being a co-founder at Talent App. I discovered some candidates, they made mistakes in their phone number. Imagine, I want to type, okay, my phone number is 090-340-2909. My number ends with a 5, but typo error, I added 8. So hiring manager is trying to reach this number. Then he calls this line. You remember it, I'm giving practical illustration. My number ends with a 59095. But maybe by peradventure I was in a hurry or I didn't pay attention to details. I added 8. Now hiring manager dialed this number, and one guy in Kano that is leading, what he's doing is in the morning baits for cows. If they do that, or he carries stick and then he's controlling cows, and then he picks the number. Now hiring manager is saying, "Hello, are you Mr. Isaac Folan? You apply for a job," and he say, "Hello, do you want to buy cow?" I mean, what do you say to that? Just little mistake, right? Just an omission, like we say, an omission in digits, right? So you want to ensure that your phone number is accurate. You pay attention to it. That's the first thing. Ensure the number is reachable anytime, any day it is reachable. Now, email address. Ensure you update your email address on your CV. Ensure your CV captures your email address. Some, you are in a age where hiring managers oftentimes they don't place or they don't dial phone numbers, they don't call, they seldom do that where they pick up their phone and call the candidates. Only in some very big roles where they need to do 1 or 2 checks, right? But your email address is very, very important. Ensure your email address is captured in your contact information. And also, please ensure you use a professional email. please, I see no reason why I'm Isaac Folarin now, for instance. I want to add my email address to my phone number and my CV or my resume, and then you are saying something like Femzi money, Shinzu something. I mean, are you like, the first question is like, are you okay? Like that's what when I see CV that captures your had email address, or some of us we open these email addresses when we were preparing for jam. So your email address is let me use someone's name here. Okay, Jaffe Jonathan 12489 at gmail. I mean, hello, you can do better. These things are, there are things that we usually don't pay attention to, right? Fine. You could, probably, they will only say that all things are passed away. You open these email addresses when you knew, little, or when you didn't know much. But now that, I mean, you are in higher institution, you have graduated, you should know better. I mean, I'm Isaac Folari. Anything my email, even if it's going to have digits based on, let's say, Google did not provide me what I wanted to use. You could, like myself, my personal email is Folari Isaac 36@gmail.com. Some cases I use this is it. This is my my LinkedIn profile. I'll show you my contact information page. See, I have Oluwafemi Isaac at gmail.com. I mean, it's my name, Oluwafemi Isaac at gmail.com. But I mean, I see no reason why you want to use I think the one that I was so angry. Let me just open quickly. I hope you guys can see my screenshot. I want to share with you some of the email addresses I've seen in the course of reviewing people's CV. I've seen something like this before. You'll be surprised. The guy's name is Adekola, something like this.
Perhaps kind of goes off.
Oh,
So I
what
just
is
stopped
happening?
moving his screen.
I really do not know. This is more like the first time this will be happening where I'm sharing my entire screen, fair enough, not even a window or a tab. But now, please confirm you can see my LinkedIn page or a document.
Yes, we can see that now. What I'll
Okay.
just do is that I'm going to let you know that, so you don't have to bother about it. I'll just
Okay.
I'll
Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Arinze. So the guy's name, the applicant's name is Adekola Ifeoluwa. This guy, I still remember. And this guy created email address with Adekola, like something like this. He felt like some. I was just, I mean, this Facebook shenanigans that you see some people's name. Adekola, your name, like the name your parents gave you, is different from what we are seeing in your application form. This was all this guy literally then at gmail.com. I mean, you don't look professional. These things are not professional at all. I'm back to my slide now, please. I need to kindly confirm you can see my.
Yes,
You
you're
can
taking it.
all right, thank you. So, in a nutshell, ensure your email address is a professional one. I mean, remember that like we say that the forces that you are contending with, they are not in tens, they are in thousands. I mean, imagine I think I once shared with Arize that there was a job I applied for. They were literally in the space of 1 hour. They were literally applicant of close to 900. It's a top role in the US where in a space of 1 hour, overnight, I mean, it was more like people have been waiting for that. Most people have set their alert notification on LinkedIn that any day this company is hiring, even if it's in my dream, LinkedIn, please notify me. So imagine you're contending with lots of professionals, someone from Gambia, someone from United States, someone from US, someone from UK, someone from Canada, different parts of the world, and there you are in one place in Ikorodu, Lagos, Nigeria. You are doing Adekola Ifemi at gmail.com. You are doing Adebayo David 435678. I mean, return your email address to a challenge. I mean, all these things are things that we should review and we can do better, right? So that is just it. So ensure you update your content. I'm spending enough time so that we can dwell much on all of these things. So yeah, that is just it on updating your. Then lastly, ensure that you add your LinkedIn URL, like your profile. Most recruiter ones, they just want to like get your LinkedIn the link to your LinkedIn URL, and then it takes them to your browser where they're able to see everything about you. So that's all for the first. Then ensure you pay attention to your contact information because that's how they're able to reach you. Now the next thing is tailor for each job, tailor your CV for each job. Fine. I'm starting on existing protocol. The first speaker said, you might not, he didn't, or he does not see the need to, have different CVs. And I think when lady asked about, does it mean you have to tailor? I mean, I'm going to explain why I think, based on my experience as well. He said, Yeah, I mean, he has one CV that captures everything. But remember, what works for A might not work for B, right? And we are all in different space. You might be in content marketing, you might be in content writing, you might be in digital marketing space and all. He's a software engineer. So one CV might work for him, but it might not work for you. But now I'm going to explain to you, me now, personally, I'm going to explain why I think you should customize your resume for each application. Okay, first and foremost, a fintech is hiring. Let's say, for instance, okay, one of the companies I've worked with one of the big banks in Nigeria, Kuda Bank, right? Right. So I've worked there. I had experience working with that fintech, right? And then another bank, let's say Sterling Bank or UBA is hiring, right? And I want to submit an application for it. Now you would know that, or you would realize that fintech they will state it clearly in the job description that we need someone with experience. If you're a mobile engineer, they'll tell you someone with experience in the fintech industry. Basically, because they want someone that your wealth of experience is within that domain. I mean, when you come to fintech industry, there are so many terminologies that we use. Like when you're in the fintech space, you want to talk about security, you want to talk about, okay, what do you do? Password, security around password, security tokens, all of these keywords that are related to the fintech industry. You want to talk about wallets. How do you do wallet routing? This one virtual accounts is being provisioned for this user. All of these things are as regards the job. So personally, I've worked with the bank, Kuda Bank. I want to apply for the job. It is best that I allow my first top experience to be, I state it clearly, I've worked with this bank, and I state all of my experiences, all of my achievements around it. Fine. That is why I feel you should tailor but now, equally, I've worked with edtech companies, right? I'm still currently working on edtech space. I've worked around e-commerce. I've worked around logistics company. But now imagine UBA is recruiting, and the CV I'm submitting says that I've worked in like logistics company where I built an application where a user can order a ride, book a ride. I mean, fine, your experience is great, but does it match the job requirements? Let's be very, very sincere. I need thumbs up. Maybe you want to react to this. Let's be very, very sincere with ourselves. Does it match? Guys, does it match? No. Fine, you have experience 3 years, 10 years, 50 years, nobody cares. But experience around that industry is what we need. Not because you cannot be trained. If I show you, this is my LinkedIn profile. I'm going to say, please, you are my watchman. I don't know if you can see my LinkedIn page, right? So this is basically some of my experiences, right? I've worked, Drivelink. This is more like a logistics company, right? So imagine I want to apply for a job and I'm putting my experiences around this is it. This is also like a logistics company that I worked with. So you can book a ride, and all of these things, right? So imagine a fintech like Kuda Bank is hiring, then I'm putting my experience around logistics and all of those things. I might not be considered for the job, not because I'm not good, not because I'm not skilled enough. I am, but because the job description says that we need someone with experience around fintech. So when we are talking about wallet system, we are talking about this, it should not be new. You not be saying, hey, wallet, how do we do wallet? What does wallet mean? I mean, that's why every job has its own requirement description. I hope someone has gotten that. So please and please, I would advise that you have a CV tailored for him. If you have it, only if you don't have experience around that job description, only if. But if you do, maybe you have experiences around fintech, e-commerce, edtech. Prepare a CV that captures all of your experiences around fintech. Have it somewhere. Prepare a CV that captures all of your experiences around e-commerce. Have it somewhere. Prepare a CV that has all of your experiences around edtech. Then have a master CV that captures everything. Maybe top. I just want to pick. In fact, there are some jobs that if I want to apply to, I just look for my top experiences. Maybe companies like Kuda, maybe companies like Areback. Areback is a company in the US that I worked with. Those are my top job experiences. And I've worked with Circadian Technologies also in Canada. Those are my top job experiences. So I use my master CV for, so that by the time I'm submitting, if it is an international role, once I submit it, once the recruiter says, oh, this guy, first UK, first Canada, he has worked with Canadian company, I mean, literally, I'm one of their candidates, right? So please and please ensure you have, not because it is bad, but because when the recruiter is looking for, some of them it was recently I got to know some recruiters use some AI tools, or they have some softwares that they use keywords. they search for stuff like maybe banking, wallet, if you're a software engineer, they use all this. So if all those things are missing your CV, they shred it. When you shred something, like you carry it, like when after eating your suya, you take the paper and you squeeze it. Then that's what they will shred your CV, and then you see your CV, Tommy Lambridge on the water. Your CV is floating. So ensure you have a CV tailored for that job, not because it is wrong if you don't have it, but just for you being part of the top candidates here. So quickly, I move to use a clean layout, be professional, choose a professional, easy to read format. Don't make your CV too tiny to read. Some of us use fonts that some hiring managers don't use recommended glasses, and you're using fonts as small as 10, more like you're managing space. Hello. So ensure that you use professional, easy to read format, a CV that I can pick up, maybe PDF or hard copy, I can scan through, read through without having issues. Then use bullet points for clarity and conciseness. Those are the top tips I will give you when it comes to your CV revamp. I'll continue. Quantify achievement. This is highlight of my conversation tonight, guys. Quantify your achievement. Ensure that any CV that does not have achievement is more like is not there yet. Quantify your achievement. Maybe you worked with a company, when you joined them, they only had 10 users. But by virtue of your skills and experience, you were able to help them with maybe your soft skills or whatever skills you have to increase their user base from 10 to 1,000. That's huge achievement. It means any company that is hiring you sees you as a multiplier, sees you as someone that has like multiplier effects. Give him one, it makes it 10. Give him 10, it makes it 100. So ensure you quantify your achievements on your resume or your CV. Ensure you quantify it. Include metrics to showcase your accomplishments. Include those metrics, those tiny, tiny things. Oh, okay. One of my experiences, right, when I joined a particular company, their code base, right, it's when you open your app as a user, when you launch the app, the load time on the app takes about 2 to 3 minutes, which is very bad for a fintech. It's very, very bad. Users load the app and then you go and one member. By the time you return, that's when the application would have loaded. It's really, really bad for a company like that, right? When I joined, I ran the application on my environment. I saw that, okay, this app is cool. They have very nice aesthetics. But I discovered some little basic things that some users will get pissed off at. Like, you click on the button, it takes so long for it to respond. Some screens go blank. All of these behavioral issues. When I came out, like, the first thing I'm going to do is to improve this app performance. And I was able to stabilize. I picked the old code base. I was able to, this is where the lag is coming from. So I'm always proud to say it anyway, that app is in a better state. You download the app, you launch it, boom, it loads fast, no lagging, nothing. You cannot click on one button and it's clicking itself maybe like 4 times. So that if you're a salesperson, you helped the company increase their sales by 20%, by 100%, by 4. How did they? When I joined the company, their revenue as a marketer, when I joined, or sales rep, when I joined the company, their revenue used to be 100,000 monthly. But when I joined, I was able to bring tailor, quantify your achievements. Everybody wants, it's a game of numbers. Who wins is who has the highest metric, right? Or metrics. So ensure you quantify highlight your specific project and your impact on the project. Don't just say, don't just write a CV like the name of the company you worked with, and then you just write worked on a fintech application, and that's all. You worked on a fintech app, that's the project. What is the relevance, or what were the things you contributed to, right? You want to write about, I contributed to, and of course, when you're quantifying your achievement, you want to use action words, right? You want to use keywords that are action, action words. I contributed to, I improved, I increased, those keywords they are very, very necessary. So you state your achievement per project, the things that you're able to do, right? You state it. I'll be giving practical illustration, right? This is my LinkedIn profile. You can see that, contributed to the full mobile application lifecycle from planning, requirement gathering,
Can I see your
development.
screen?
Oh, you can't see my screen again. That's frozen.
The
Oh,
LinkedIn.
shit.
You can't see the LinkedIn.
Okay. You can't see the LinkedIn. Sorry, I'm going to share again. So please confirm you can see my LinkedIn again.
Yes, you can see it now.
All right, thank you, Amity. So this is one of my experiences at Aribac LLC, United States Remote. See my experiences here. This is even LinkedIn, not even my CV or my resume. Contributed to the full mobile application from life cycle, from planning. See the way I stated, like I contributed to the full
Need to
mobile
go.
application life cycle, planning, requirement gathering, development, testing, maintaining, and launching the MVP, both on Google Play Store and of course App Store. This is the things that you should do. I like to impact, right? I worked on this using these technologies, Cloudflare Store, developed these are the things that you want to do. State your achievement, quantify your achievement per project. Please, am I back to my slide? Amazing.
Yes, you are.
All right, thank you. So next is, because of my time, I'm going to rush quickly. Professional summary, right? Write a compelling summary that encapsulates your career goals. There's always a place on most people's resume or CV that they write career summary or career information, where they write a summary, a compelling summary about that encapsulates your career goals, your qualifications, things that you focus on. Oh, I'm someone that I love. I'm very resilient, hardworking. I love to contribute to things, like that, like that. Ensure that you write a very compelling summary about yourself that encapsulates or captures the experiences, right? Okay, so let's move on. Let's move on. Okay, so next is proofread. Please and please do not make a mistake of sending your resume without proofreading. Check for grammatical errors, spelling errors. I've seen errors where the person wanted to spell, words misspelled. I mean, the recruiter just looked at it that, does this person think I'm a fool? I mean, even if you don't know how to spell, thank God for tools like Grammarly that can help you spelling. Thank God for tools like ChatGPT, or thank God for browser Google. If you have forgotten how to spell, maybe a commitment, you're meeting one T there. These are basic things that we don't pay attention to, but they really matter. Then ask someone else to review it. At times when you read the CV yourself, you might not even see all of your errors. Send it to a friend, send it to a brother, send it to an experienced person. Let them read through. Let them, spot the errors. These are the things that, see, like I said, your CV is the gate, your pass to getting the job. So do it well. And there's a saying that what is worth doing is what's doing well. In fact, I always believe in all of the jobs I've applied to, like some of the jobs I've applied to, I can use 2 weeks to prepare my CV or my resume. 2 weeks. I will first sit down, check through the company, what they have done in past 4 years, the job description. It's more like I'm doing a pitch deck. I want to apply for funding. That's why I prepare my resume. I'll sit down, pay attention to the slightest of the information, details. So check for grammatical and spelling errors. Ensure you do that. Send to a friend, ask them to proofread for you, and all of those things. So there are lots more to be shared around resume, but ensure these things they are very, very important. Ensure your work experience, you write things about your work experience. Your CV should have your work experiences and their dates. From so many recruiters want to know how long you worked with the company, maybe a year. Include your dates, the duration. I worked from January to December 2024. I did this. Your work experience should be very, very, very heavy, things that will state the name of the company, and ensure that if possible, I learned something recently that if possible, under the name of the company, if possible, add the link to their website. I learned that recently. Some people, we're in a age where people lie, they do fraud, to just get jobs, right? I've seen some people, they added that they are working with MTN. And meanwhile, the MTN they are working with is the MTN that the open shop, come and buy your MTN SIM. That's the MTN they are referring to, not the real MTN that is where you are collecting, receiving AC, but they are MTN. So when you see it, you're like, wow, this person has worked with. No, man, they can't tell you, sorry for the word. Don't be deceived though. The MTN they are referring to is more like come and buy your SIM. So, but more like any company you have worked with, had their website. It even gives you this confidence. Like, you had the website, the recruiter just clicks on the link, it takes them. Of course, we know that people can even use that as a fraud. They just go online, get the website. But if possible, had some little information about the company. And also, this brings me to the end of the resume talks, revamp, and all. But please ensure the things that are very important. So contact information, tailor your resume for each job so that you can have a focus, right? Then use clean layout, your font, your font style, your font size, everything should be professional, right? Use bullet points where necessary. Use bold, make some text bold. To capture for attention and all of those things. Quantify your achievements, professional summary, your work experiences, check for errors and all these things and the likes and what have you. So yeah, let's move to the next one. You remember my topic is revamping your resume. When you are done doing your resume, move to your LinkedIn profile and then your portfolio. So we have talked about resume, right? I believe you are cooking your questions. Please gather all your questions because this is your ticket to getting a job. You can all the ones that you have heard maybe yesterday. All those things cannot happen. You want to earn 10K dollars. Is it by magic? Or you want to go and slap the recruiter and collect the job? This is your gate pass. So ensure you invest your time in all of this, right? So let's move to the next bone of contention, which is LinkedIn profile. So what is LinkedIn? We all know LinkedIn. Yeah, it's basically just another connected professionals where you get to showcase your skills, your work experiences, and the likes. So LinkedIn, if you don't know about LinkedIn, just go to your Play Store or App Store, search for LinkedIn, download, create an account. By the time you enter, nobody will teach you. You create a profile for yourself. By the time you see, I'm happy to share that. By the time you open your LinkedIn today, I'm happy to share that. I'm happy to share that. I mean, you want to do better as well. So yeah, LinkedIn profile. This is LinkedIn. I've opened my LinkedIn. I say, please kindly help me confirm if you can see my LinkedIn
Yes,
profile.
I can see your LinkedIn.
All right, thank you, thank you. So this is my LinkedIn profile. This is my link. This so if you ask me for my link, I'll just copy linkedin.com slash in slash Folarian Isaac. This is my LinkedIn profile. So I'm going to use my LinkedIn profile to explain everything about LinkedIn profile in just 4 minutes because time is fast spent. I actually spent time, delving into concept of resume, right? So let me start with your LinkedIn profile. This is my LinkedIn profile. I mean, this is everything that captures my experiences and all and what have you, right? So let's go quickly. First point. I'm back to the slide now. Can you see my slide? I don't know why this thing is just putting me in a very
Yes, 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 I can see your
okay,
slide.
thank you. So first is professional headshots. Use a high quality professional photo, dress appropriately for your industry. This is it here. Professional headshots. In as much as me, I overdid it. Don't mind my headshot. I overdid it. I wanted to tell any recruiter that yes, I'm fine. Like I'm a handsome guy and I take bottle water. I don't take pure water. I mean, just forgive me. Context. Like so that's why you can see my bottle water right in front of me and my workspace. I'm using my glasses. I'm using my AirPods. So you know that if I join any meeting, you not be hearing background noise. I mean, I'm dressing for my industry, right? As a tech guy, so my AirPod is intact, my glasses, my PC in front of me, and my water because when I work, I take a lot of water. So yeah, but you might want to wear a suit. I think like Arinze is I always admire his profile a lot. So maybe we should use Arinze's profile for this demo. Yeah. So let's start with Arinze's profile. Don't let me use my own. So although I wanted to sell myself to you guys, but yeah, let's use Arinze's profile. This is Arinze. See this very cute, handsome young man. See the way he's dressed. Professional. This is professional headshots. Don't go and do well. Some people do. It's called headshots. That's why you see the context of as a developer. When you see something like this, see is around. It has size, right? Maybe this is like 100. This circle is like 100. So what is expected is professional headshots. Please don't go about do it. Don't go and put. Maybe you are at Ichi. You are carrying turkey. You want anybody to know that yes, you can afford chicken. You now snap KFC is showing, and then the bottle of Coke is showing. That's what you are using as your professional. No, you can see this is we call this one a photo shoot. You can afford it. These things are not really expensive. You can just do 2 or 3, maybe max 4K quality. You can see this young man. See his shirt, well ironed, properly. Everything is looking all cute. This is what we call professional headshots. So ensure you have professional. Don't just use. Some people will use avatar like anime people. Maybe what do they call Merlin? You go and put picture of Merlin, you come and put it in there. Are you Merlin? I mean, what exactly is your stress? So don't use things that will complicate or that would, give a false opinion about you, right? So you want to use a professional headshot. Please, are you guys seeing the way I'm navigating from one place to the other? Or it has frozen again? Okay, thank you, thank you. Okay, so that is
Complete, sir.
professional. All right, all right, all right. Professional headshot. Ensure you dress properly. If you're a marketer, if you have your suit, take pictures and all. And also your headline, right? And this one is a cover photo. You might want to have a picture of you, maybe pitching. If you're a marketer, maybe you have a picture where you are addressing audience. If you're a software engineer, maybe like myself, my own personal self. Now, I used my cover photo as something that depicts my as a Flying mobile app developer, right? And then you see me in another dimension, hoodie and my laptop, and then I'm working, right? So that is my just my headshot and cover photo. Compelling headline. Go beyond your job title. Mention your key skills or the value you bring. Ensure your LinkedIn profile has the values that you are bringing, right? You have your skills mentioned. Detailed summary. Write a narrative. Please, can you see my slide? Because I'm back to the slide now. I'll be using the slide because of my time. I want to finish 9 on the dot. So please, can you see my slide? No. Oh, thank you. Adios. Arinze,
Yeah, I'm
you have
very
left.
sorry. I'm here. No,
Okay.
we cannot see your slide.
Okay. How about now?
Yes, we can see now.
Okay, so detailed summary, write a narrative that includes your professional background, your key accomplishments, your career aspirations, and all and all. Then I included here that use first person voice for a more personal thought. Use like I, like personalize it. No, don't be shy about it. This is you. See, as if Olarin is a mobile app developer with 3 years of technical experience in building, write a very cute and interesting summary about yourself, right? See, I've successfully managed 2 focus teams and I've also developed soft skills through volunteering involvement in tech communities. Write things that is it's you, it is your about yourself. So don't be shy about it. Blow your trumpet. Nobody will do it for you. So blow your trumpet. Then experience session. Mirror your CV, but use a more conversational tone. Highlight your achievement and responsibilities for each role. So every LinkedIn profile should capture your experience. That's why LinkedIn added experience session. Please, you guys can see me. I'm back to my LinkedIn profile. Are you guys with me?
Yes, we can
Hello.
see it. We
All
can
right,
see your
thank you.
LinkedIn.
So experience session include like you see, include the dates, the company, and ensure the company. Of course, most companies have their pages on LinkedIn. Had it there. This talent app. I work as a mobile engineer. Talent app. The duration. I've worked here. Add then put things that your impact. I mean, write about yourself. And I furthermore, I've seen profiles and I learned from the best. Also, add links to all of these things. Like you can embed Google Play link to your profile. So when someone wants to validate what you're saying, I mean, they're able to make validations based on all of your experiences. I've worked with Wirebank and Wirelink. I've worked as a mobile developer. I built, a social media app. Write all of these things about yourself. Fixed bugs, deploy to production, worked on different modules and interface REST APIs. I mean, do things and use things that by the time anybody wants to hire in the industry, they're able to capture 1 or 2 things that is in line with with what you're talking about, right? So experience session, spend time on your experience session, add necessary links, websites, add everything. Like don't be shy about it. Just keep adding. I mean, add everything you have done. I've worked with Solaris, Circadian Energy, Vascon Solutions, add all of these your experiences, right? Add them. It's about yourself and make your experience session rich, very rich. So your skills and endorsements, I'm back to my slide now. Your skills and endorsements, list your relevant skills because some recruiters search by skills, right? And also get endorsement from your colleagues to ensure that you tailor all of your skills. There's a skill session
Your slide stopped.
what's it?
Your slide has stopped.
Oh shit. What do I do to just eradicate? Let me see if I can share this window instead of entire screen. What are you seeing now, Arinze?
LinkedIn profile.
LinkedIn, okay, one. What are you seeing now?
Google Docs.
Okay, what are you seeing now?
Google Meets.
Then what are you seeing now?
1 billion. Okay, sorry, your slide. Sorry, your slide.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so I think I'll just use this then. Okay, so your skill session, I was talking about skills. Add all of your skills, your top skills. LinkedIn has that place. Skills, add all of your skills. I mean, show all of your skills, everything that is relevant to what you know, what you have done. Postman, GetX, Provider, Firebase, Android, Kotlin coroutines. Add all of your Java, I write Java, I write Kotlin, Android SDK, IBM Cloud, Android Studio. Add all of your necessary skills. It's your industry, it's your profile. I mean, blow your trumpet, man. So do that. Then also, if possible, get endorsement from colleagues. Yeah, is someone saying something? Okay,
No, not
so
at all. Not at all.
okay. My time is running. So what I was about saying, get endorsement from colleagues, if possible, recommendations, endorsements. Let people write, send your link out to people, let them write about you, let them recommend you that yes, when I worked on with this person on the project, it delivered well and all of those things. Yeah. So that's that about focus on your skills that match your career goals, right? You cannot claim that fine, you're applying for, you're looking to get in a role as a software engineer, and you're adding your skills, music, you're adding things that are not really relevant to what your aspirations. You can shoot, you can just shoot yourself in the leg. So let's move to the next one. Network, connect to professionals in your industry and join relevant LinkedIn groups and participate in discussions. Connect to professionals, LinkedIn, maybe, and I thank God for LinkedIn. LinkedIn will bring people your way. This is my network. You see a lot of people that you don't know, but you see them, check their profile. Maybe I'm looking forward to, getting a job as a mobile engineer. See this young man's profile, he's a senior mobile software engineer, React Native. If I'm a React Native developer and I want to get a React Native job, I can just click on his profile, check his profile, and connect with him. He's a senior engineer, can connect with him. You just write a short message. Chibio Kim, I'm Isaac Folari, I intend to get a role and this. I discover your profile shows that you're a senior engineer. Can you give me tips? Or I'm open for roles, and connect. That's why it's LinkedIn. Software engineers, you may know the algorithms match your profile with other people's profile. Yeah. So make use of this network. There's a saying that your network is your net worth, right? Is a very true saying. Like, it's very, very true. Your network is your net worth, right? How valued your friendship. Don't pack friends that all of you, the only thing you can offer yourself is God I beg and vibes on vibes. That's the only thing you guys can offer yourselves. Just God I beg you, and in the category of any of your friends, your network of friends, the only thing they know how to do. You send very relevant conversation to them. What do you think about the situation of the economy? The only thing they get to respond with is God I beg, or go, thank God for the latest, what is just trending. And those are the things they can offer. And you want to network with professionals. You're just network. Go out there, put yourself out there, meet people, LinkedIn, connect. LinkedIn will not sanction you. Now, why did you connect it? You see, let me just show you guys something. See, I clicked on connect button, right? Did you confirm that I clicked on connect button to this guy?
Yes, it's now sharing pending.
Did LinkedIn send me a message that why did you connect the with Chibuoke, or we are going to find you? Was I sanctioned? No, see
not
this
at
young lady here, Moreni KG, Latumbo, so senior iOS developer, and I'm a junior iOS developer, and I want to get a job, or I could just come here, look at her profile. Oh, so by the time I reach out to her, I'll be able to write things that in line with, okay, e-transact, global UK, wow, okay, she has foreign experiences, Lagos, she has worked with, okay, so see, connect. Boom. Does it bite? Next, meet professional. Don't be amongst the people that the only thing they can offer you is nothing, right? So connect to professionals. Thank you. And also join groups. LinkedIn, there are so many groups. I say, please permit me by 9:07. I'm going to ensure I end my session, please. Just an extension to my time. I know I was meant to end by 9 o'clock on the dot, but please. So let's continue, right? LinkedIn, there are so many groups. I'm on so many groups too. I'm a developer, but I love to be part of value conversations, groups, join groups. See, groups, there's a group session, right? I'm a Kotlin engineer, I'm a Kotlin developer, I'm a Flutter developer as well. See, I'm on this group, worldwide Flutter. There are so many conversations that happen on this group that you might not see anywhere. See, excited to discuss about how Flutter apps can easily use Google ML kits. See, this is a group. Make use of all of these things. You can post your progress, can ask questions. There are a lot of things you can do on LinkedIn groups as well. So please participate in discussions. Don't always be the one that when they are saying something, what do you have to offer? What do you have to offer? Omo is the only thing you are always offering in any valuable conversation. The only thing you can offer is Omo. Please and please, if you are that person and you're in this meeting, please change. Else, I will locate you soon. If they ask you, with everything that's been said in this meeting, what can you say to you? You just say Omo. You now put exclamation mark like 4 bits. That's the only thing you can offer. Don't worry, your category, your people, birds of a feather, they flock to your people, your category, they will flock with you very soon because you meet people that the only thing they can offer is also Omo. But yeah, network, participate in conversations. At times, we don't know it all. Don't be scared to participate in conversations. You do just your 2 cents. Oh, I read a documentation that says, participate too. Don't introvert. But if they carry food come your front, you know go say you be introvert, you know one chop. Introvert, you know go talk outside, but they'll bring food. You be the first to collect introvert. Come out from your shell, network, be free. It doesn't bite. Nobody will beat you, an adult. Fair enough. So yeah, the next thing is engage with content. Share industry related articles and insights. There's a lady here. I think I will just be forced to mention her name. I'm always following her status, right? This lady, I'm going to check through, man. She's on this course. Yeah, Elizabeth Olawale. How do I know Elizabeth Olawale? She's a student of University of Lagos. She does, I think she does graphics design, UI, UX, but I know she does things around design every day. There's no time. There was a season, I think during COVID, Elizabeth was always sharing the things that she has learned in the design space on her status. Do you see that I just manually just joined this meeting? I saw on the call. Imagine I have a job or a gig. I can just say I know one Elizabeth that is always sharing her progress on her status. I was following her during COVID because she was always sharing, oh, I learned this, I learned that using this frame is better than this one. I mean, share. That is why you engage with content. Share, even if it's just a that you know. Let the world know that it is a that you know. Have you seen a baby? Like, let me be very practical with you guys. I know we've once been in that shoe or those shoes that a child, an infant or a toddler, the only thing he knows is ABC, just three alphabets. And this boy will literally be bragging, I can read A to Z. Call him to come and read A to Z. We just say ABC and we'll stop. He's so proud of the little. I mean, that's how you should do. If it's just little, two lines that you know, make yourself, like, be proud of yourself. Learning three things is not easy, my dear. So be proud of yourself. You are not less. You are doing great. So engage with content, comment, like posts, comment, to increase your visibility. Comment, like, it will not bite you. You have seen one very insightful post. You can comment, oh, thank you, Arinze, for sharing. Arinze loves to share content a lot. Comment and say thanks for sharing. Oh, okay, based on what you have shared, I think it's best we also do XYZ. I mean, engage, relate with the outside world. And yeah, that brings me to the end of LinkedIn, everything LinkedIn. So yeah, I have another 3 minutes to conclude on the last one. Remember, I'm talking on revamping your resume. I've addressed your resume, LinkedIn profile, and the last one is your portfolio. What is portfolio? Now, this portfolio is the part most people skip a lot. Portfolio is more like a personal website for yourself. It's more like a brand. I call it, most people call it portfolio. Portfolio is the common word, right? For me, I call it your personal branding, your personal, your sellable self. You are selling yourself by a platform. As a UI, there should be nobody here that is doing UI UX or that is learning UI UX that should not know about Behance. If you don't know, please know tonight. This Behance, right? I'm going to show you some. What is Behance? A place where showcase your skills. This I'm opening this guy's profile. He's one of the guys that he works with me. Antonio Keke. He's a UI UX graphics designer. This is his portfolio. Just a link. Behance.net/Antonio Keke2 brings me to his link. See his LinkedIn, his experiences, e-commerce websites. He has developed all of these things. Admin dashboard. This is your branding. Nobody's saying it again.
I think it was said, but we can see your screen fine.
You're not
can see
seeing
your
Behance.
screen.
We
Okay.
can see your
Okay.
screen. Yes.
All right. Thank you. So see this guy. He has worked to see Presto mobile app, fintech. See admin dashboard, fashion, crypto. I mean, this is wonderful. If anybody asks you, what can you? I mean, can I get to know you? Copy this link, send it to them. See now, this guy now, if I literally send it to anybody to recommend him for any job, they will see the things he has done. This is your portfolio, your branding. This is your person. I mean, your brand. Hold it with, see, put the best of your project, come out in your fullness. Take your time, design it's about yourself. So please, if you are a marketer, you can have your own personal website, portfolio. I know these things are cheap. Thank God for platforms like Basel, where you can post I have my own personal portfolio too. If you ask me, I have. So not like I'm speaking for, this is my own portfolio to have. So if you meet me on the street and you spoke on at one program event about portfolio, where is your own? Show workers. This is my own workers. So see, as a following, this is my own portfolio as well. See, she captures all of my technical skills, technical projects that I've worked on, which mean here you can see all the projects I've worked on. Catch electric mobile app, see it's view on Play Store. I'm selling myself. Urge is an entertainment app devoted to spreading, Wiregram, Shelterer, and lots more. I mean, this is my brand. So see it. I have attached the link to my profile. So all I just need to do is just to send you this link. This is zap.bio/Oluwafemi. You click on it, it takes you to my LinkedIn profile. See, That's the need for your portfolio, your personal website, right? You click on it, it takes you to my LinkedIn profile. Still loading. Okay, it has loaded linkedin.com/in/Reliance. You click on it again. You click on the second one. Twitter takes you to my Twitter page. IG. I mean, a lot of it, right? Contacts. It takes you to my email. So have a personal brand for yourself. Sell yourself. Spend time to create a stunning website portfolio for yourself as a developer. So select your best work. That's my first point. Choose a variety of projects that showcase different skills. Like you can see this Antonio Okeke now. He has around crypto. Tell me why you will not want to give this guy a project as a UI UX. See, e-commerce, he has done it. Crypto, he has done it. Agile Connect, this fintech, he has done it. He has designed, see, crypto. I mean, you literally want to patronize this guy. You would want to see he has the workings. So spend time creating your own portfolio, your website. Now, the next is provide context. Include brief descriptions for each project. Explain your role and the tools and technologies you used and the outcome. Write about some of these projects. Okay, what is you are saying Ikeja electric mobile app. What does it do? See now, there's virtually nobody that doesn't know Ikeja. If you are on the mainland, you know IE. They're the ones that their distribution company. I worked on their mobile application. It's electricity metering billing app built with Kotlin. I mean, you want to state something about the project, what it does. See this guy's profile too. Crypto, fintech, mobile app, and website for desktop. When you click on it, you take it to the project itself. These are things that you want to do. And please, I've exceeded my time. Just 1 minute and I'm done. Include testimonials, add clients or people credibilities. For credibility, provide feedback. You have worked on the project for a client and the client wrote a review. Oh, I love. Take the screenshot, attach it. You are selling yourself. Add it to your profile. I mean, if someone writes a review about your work, I mean, put it there. I mean, add it. These things are evidences. Yeah. Then update regularly. This is the last point. Update your portfolio regularly. Keep your portfolio current with your latest work. Don't go and I should not open your portfolio and what I'm saying is archaic. I mean, it's outdated. It's your past, your work of 4 years ago. No, I mean, you have learned better, you have known better. So always update. Don't use outdated or less relevant projects. Use updated. I mean, the project you just worked on last week, last month, these are your recent projects that can earn you, the dollar, the dollars, or let me use the right word and use it as in the dollars that you are craving. You want to earn in dollars that Mr. Jaffet just taught you dollars. So the dollars you are craving, right? Ensure all of these things have been put in place. So yeah, thank you guys. I'm sorry, apologies for taking your time. I just wanted to do justice to my subject matter here. So I'm open to questions. I'm open to mentorship. You could reach out to me. I'm open to guiding you through on 1 or 2 things. But yeah, I hope you had a nice time in this conversation, revamping your resume, LinkedIn profile, and portfolio for job applications. So yeah, thank you. Time will not permit me. I wanted to share 1 or 2 things about applying for jobs itself. But yeah, time will not permit me. I hope that you learned that in that session. I mean, as a full and thank you for joining this session. Over to you, Arinze. Thank you.
Awesome. Please let's see the reactions. Let's blast this piece with reactions, clapping and everything. This is amazing. Isaac wants to help many of us here, so he decides to share information with us. Yesterday we realized that we rise by $300, but today we are going to go with the fact that we rise by lifting others. So we have been lifted by conversations we've had in today's meeting. I would like you to put out some reactions. Appreciate Isaac and appreciate Jacket as well. Awesome session there. Some of you at the end of the session, you just look at it and say, oh more.
Because that's what you have to offer, right? Almost. Okay.
All right, so there's plenty of jokes in fact I didn't realize I was laughing very hard. But yeah, Isaac, this is like very, very awesome session. I don't know why you finished our time, but I will take maybe just 1 or 2 questions. There are some that we had already while you were still talking. Somebody asked, you've never been employed. Because what if you've never been employed in a job before? We answered that. Mr. Max answered that before. You could try and get volunteer experience. You try and get an internship. You could also we share the link to a virtual internship platform, right? You could also try and just complete your virtual internship activities and just put it there. That's some form of simulated work experience, right? That's something you could do. Somebody also asked, how does how does Taylor's job description look like on the CV? I mean, is it under personal statements, experience, or skills? So how do you tailor your CV? Isaac, please, I get a quick shot. I would like us to do a round up everything question and answer in exactly 5 minutes. So Isaac, please, let's be very fast with questions. So please go ahead on that one.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Arinze. To tailor your experience is very easy. If you have worked in the fintech space and then a company is hiring, another fintech is hiring, tailor, list out your experiences of your previous fintech role, and then make it part of your top work experience for this. I mean, that's just what tailoring means. It means that you use keywords around your previous role, around the fintech that you have worked in before. That's you tailor it and then you make it match, and then ensure you check the job requirement. I think the speaker yesterday spoke on that. Check the job description where you're applying to. They would use keywords. Oh, you must be able to know XYZ. Add it to. It's part of the things that you know. If you know it, don't lie on your CV, but add it. That's how you tailor. I mean, fintech to fintech, e-commerce to e-commerce. That's what tailoring means. I mean, make it match. That's just basically what tailoring your experiences is. So yeah, that's it. Does not mean that you might not include other experiences. Maybe you worked it, you can of course add, but ensure the top experiences are the ones that are maybe related to the industry you're applying to. So yeah, thank you, Arinze. I hope I answered that.
All right, so I got a quick one. You can ask your question.
Okay, so Mr. Henry, when you talked about revamping CV, you said your when putting down your experience, when putting down your work experience, the bigger company you work for should come first in your CV. So my question is, I thought when writing CV you include the dates, sorry, the year rather.
No, I don't think that. I think you arrange it according like in chronological order in your CV. Yeah, but like it's a portfolio. You want to put like your best projects first. I think that was what you said. But now I think my best first.
Oh yeah, thank you, Arinze. You already gave insights. Yeah, of course, we know that the normal routine is you want to add based on the year, the month, and all. Cool. But I'm saying that there are some rules. Literally, I will not deceive you. There are some rules that when you want to apply to, physically, you need those top experiences. I mean, you want to apply to a company like, let's say, Arinze, please, do we know? Can you give me a quick multinational, like a top company that we can just use as illustration in this context?
Maybe
Okay,
Netflix.
okay, Netflix.
Microsoft.
Thank you, my hand. Thank you. Microsoft, Google, and all. Thank you. Yeah, you are picking Adeyemi and Sams that they don't even have a LinkedIn page, right? They don't even have a website. You have worked there. Meanwhile, you have also worked with, let's say you have worked with a company not as big as Google, but let's say maybe for instance, Polaris Bank, you have worked there. And then you are positioning the Adeyemi and Sons that they don't even have a LinkedIn page or their website. When you check it, to crash their me. But you get what I was just saying in context is there's some big jobs that when you want to apply, you bring out your best, like the company that forget if you have worked there, you're out
So,
cake,
but
literally. That's just what I mean.
what is CV? Like, for instance, if you worked in a bigger company and worked in that company like 2020 to 2022, and now you have another experience, but the experience is not as big as the previous company you worked in. And right now,
Yeah,
you're trying to
so add
update your CV. You are bringing
yeah, no, you don't need to backdate or change the date. Add it to. But I'm saying that ensure that your CV is not missing out on the one that carries much more weight as per the company is a big press starter. Add it. I'm not saying you should change the date or no. I'm not in support of that. I'm just saying ensure your CV captures the companies that are
that
big
up.
to you. That, yeah. Don't backdate or change the. So yeah, I hope I answered your question. Yeah, you're welcome. Any other
Yes.
question?
Does any other person have a question? Someone ask a quick one too. So after taking your time to revamp your LinkedIn profile and your resume, uh, at what point are you going to, because Japan said something, if you want to get it, it's usually a game of numbers, right? You want to apply to as many roles as possible. So let's say you really are out of the job and you need a job opportunity. So your best shot is to apply to as many jobs as possible. Is there a way to find a balance between using a form of generic resume in your applications and also tailoring some from generic, some from tailored. Maybe tailored. You have one tailored to fintechs, you have one tailored to e-commerce, something like that, and then you can just easily reuse it because if you're going to apply to maybe 30 jobs in a day, or let me say, let me make it fair, if you're going to apply to 100 jobs a month, it becomes more difficult to start tailoring your CV for each of those single job openings. So is there a balance between, having a form of generic CV and also still tailoring it? Is there any hybrid form somewhere in between that we could leverage?
Okay, so yeah, if you need a quick job, right? Maybe you have been out of a job for a while, you need a quick job. I'll just say use your master CV, the one that captures more like you might just do a selection, pick one around fintech. If you have experience in fintech, pick one around e-commerce. I mean, just a master CV that captures most of your top experiences. The reason being that you don't want your CV to look empty or blank. And I will not advise that, oh, because you want to apply for fintech role and the only fintech experience you have is just one. You should not go and put your work experience, just maybe Polaris Bank, and that's the only experience you. No, that's not it. You want to ensure that your CV is still like witty, like it still carries much weight. So for in this scenario, I'll just advise that add all of your experiences, but don't add the ones that are completely out of context, right? But add all of your experiences, submit it to them, and but trust that ensure that in all of the ones you are adding, ensure that it has relevant keywords or it can still be narrowed down to the one you're applying for. I hope you understand that or you got that right. So just do that. I mean, be very, very technical and be very logical about that application. Yeah, but does not mean you cannot include all of your other experiences, even if they don't match that industry. But just add them to just get secure the job. Add your experiences. Yeah.
All right. So, any other question? I think we can still take maybe one more question, and that'll be all. Anybody else have a question? All right. So, no more questions. Thank you so much, everyone, for staying this long. Really want to apologize for taking extra time. But I really, really hope that you got value from this session. So let's as our culture is from yesterday and today, can you just take out a minute to tell me in the comment section, what did you learn? What's something that stood out for you? 1 line, 2 lines, 3 lines, if possible. What's something that you picked up from this particular session that you really like? Can we go ahead and share that in the comment section? And whilst we are typing that, please go ahead and type it. Please, I would like you to type that. That feedback helps us make the program better. But beyond the program, it actually helps the speaker, feel appreciated, feel listened to, they know that what they said, got to you. So please, can you tell us something that stood out for you in this particular session? So we can read it out. We can check that on the comment section. While we're at it, I've come to the end of this particular bootcamp. I'm thinking of setting up maybe one more class, a form of workshop next week where we can work on the other assignment of applying to at least 100 jobs. I'm going to communicate with you via the WhatsApp group chat. So if you're not in the WhatsApp group chat, just try and get the link. Martha is going to share the link. Sorry, give me a minute. Martha is going to share the link to the WhatsApp group chat in the chat so that you can join that group chat. So for the 100 job applications, like Japheth said during the first session, it's just a game of discipline and consistency. Many people that are just not disciplined enough. You have a goal, you admire the results that goal that you have set is going to bring to you, but you lack the discipline and consistency to stick to what you need to do to achieve that result. And that's what we want to try and address in this bootcamp, right? We've brought in different speakers to talk to you through different strategies, different methodologies to helping you secure a remote role. The question is, are you going to take action? That's just the ultimate question. Are you going to take action? Are you going to revamp your resume following the guide that Isaac has provided? Are you going to revamp your LinkedIn profile? Are you going to change your mindset? Japheth said that 3 things I would do if I want to become a new person. I'm going to change my environment. I'm going to change people around me. And I'm going to change my mindset. Are you going to change your mindset? Are you going to follow the application strategies that Solomon mentioned yesterday? And are you going to follow the methodologies that Mr. Max taught as well yesterday? So that's the question. Are you going to take action? So that's what we're looking forward to. We give an assignment. Over 600 people register for this particular bootcamp. Less than 15 people submitted the assignment. So you see that The difference between people who achieve results and people who don't is just action. You can see everybody in class today. I'm very happy to have you in class, but you too can see for yourself, right? So the question you should be asking yourself is, am I going to take action here? So the action is what's going to make all of the difference. You might have heard the sermons, might have heard the jokes, you might have laughed during the session, but if you don't take action, you'll still be where you are at, right? So the workshop next week is going to focus on helping us actually apply to 100 jobs at least, so we can see the results that we can achieve from that. So while we're at it, Talent App is a platform where you can use to monetize your skills. So if you're a creator on the platform, you teach in any capacity. Maybe you also organize boot camps like this one that we are currently doing, but in other fields, maybe you teach data analysis or something else. You can actually use Talent App to deliver that training here. And if you need guide on how to achieve that, you could just talk to me, send me a DM, and I'll walk you through the process. In that light, we have a creator on Talent App at the moment who is doing, for those of you that, if you are creating a platform and you really want to Talent App for, you can just check out this link, $100 with list. I'll try to send it to the chat group, but that's not what I want to talk about really. Just send quick listeners. In case you are interested in using Talent App, you can just see what Talent App does using that link. But yeah, there's a creator on Talent App at the moment who is organizing a program that I think falls in line very heavily with this particular bootcamp that we are doing. Right, it's the 90-day productivity challenge from Miracles Olusanya. Yeah, she has a current cohort that's ongoing for 90 days. What happens is that you are in a group of other people who also have a goal they want to be consistent with for 90 days. Like challenging yourself to be consistent and disciplined with something for the space of 90 days. And Miracle is your coach all through. What happens in this bootcamp is that, or in this challenge, that you get paired with an accountability partner. Then an accountability partner will check on yourself every week based on your goal. From week 1 and week 2, you define your goal. And the reason I'm recommending this bootcamp to you is because you could basically say, my goal for 90 days is going to be to apply to as many remote jobs as possible until I get a yes. So you can just enroll in this particular program as a form of accountability system. Yeah. Now, mind you, this program is not from us. It's not from me. It's from a creator on Talent App. So don't think that I'm trying to sell you my program, and when you pay, the money is coming to me. This money does not come to me. It's from somebody else that doesn't work with us. Yeah. So it's from Miracle Soya, and I think it's a program that you gain a lot from. I know that because I have friends who are participating in the current ongoing cohorts. This cohort is starting in I think September, early September. So you can register now that the price is 75. I think it goes up to 15K maybe in a week or 2 weeks from now. Right. So 90 days productivity challenge, you set a goal, clearly define your goal, smart goal at the beginning of the challenge. And then every week you have a productivity partner that you are reporting to and checking in with. And then every day for 90 days, Miracle will also send you lectures, I think audio lectures, sometimes video lectures on productivity. You know how to structure yourself, structure your space, to be disciplined, to be consistent, and to be productive. So you can check out more details about the program. It's listed on Talent App. So if you also buy the program, you're also supporting us because it's listed on our platform. But beyond that, I'm talking about the program because it directly falls in line. If you want to get this remote job, you're stressed about it, you could just enroll in this as like a form of structure for yourself here. And then for 90 days, just challenge yourself to achieve that goal. Challenge yourself to apply to 50 jobs, 30 jobs per week, 10 jobs per week as your capacity can carry. And this time around, when you don't follow through that process, you have someone that's going to check up on you. Your accountability partner will check up on you. Your coach will check up on you. I think that's a structure, a system that if I were in your shoes, I would buy into. So I just wanted to share that quickly. And if you're interested, just let me know. You can send me a DM in the WhatsApp group. If you also have questions, if you have questions about it, you can also ask in the chat platform. Like I said, it's not a program for me, so it's not like I'm trying to sell my program. It's a program that you need, and that's why I'm actually trying to sell it to you. You should buy. You have that money, pay for it, pay for your learning, and pay for your growth. Yeah. So having said that, I'm going to go through some of the comments that we had for Isaac's session, including keywords in your resume. The fear of AI is the beginning of wisdom. Thank you very much, Miss E. And excellent session with all the faculty. I've been making mistakes on my LinkedIn profile and CV information. I must take action on the methodology and workshop. Thank you very much Mr. Laide. Isaac, you see, the session was very impactful. Someone's asking, can you resend the link? I was bounced out of the call. Which link? Okay, maybe the link to become a creator. I'm going to try and share that. Yeah, I don't know. I can't copy it from there. But I can help you share it. Okay, I can copy it. Don't worry. I'll share from here. All right. Anybody else have any question about Talent App, the application workshop to apply to 100 jobs, or the 90-day productivity challenge? If you have any question, please feel free to ask. Before we bring this particular call to a close, you could unmute yourself and ask, or if you, I'm in the future, you can talk, then you can ask in the chat. Anybody? All right. Looks like there are no questions. So, having said that, that would bring us to the end of this particular conversation. There's an assignment on the board again. Please ensure you submit that assignment. Again, you're not paying for the assignment, so please go to the board, revamp your CV, revamp your resume, submit a link to it. By next week, I'm going to announce an additional class where we're going to walk through a workshop where you are supposed to apply to 100 jobs. It's going to be maybe an hour, 30 minutes, and then you can ask questions. Yeah, okay, how do I do this one? How do I do that one? Kind of scenario. If you have not revamped your LinkedIn profile and your resume before that workshop, you'll find it difficult to follow through applying to 100 jobs because you don't have the things you need to apply. So I'm going to close the assignments for LinkedIn and resume maybe by Monday, that's this from now. I think what's this scenario Tuesday, but I'm going to do it by Monday. If you have not submitted it, then you can just as well do it by yourself. It just means you're not taking the class seriously. And I think that will be all from my end. Does anybody have any suggestion on how you think we could have done this program better, or maybe something you're looking forward to next week you think we should add? Uh, Please don't suggest something that's beyond your powers. I'll be the shaker and close it to that power. But yeah, do you have any suggestion? I think just one or two. Anybody? Recommendations, ideas. What about? What about? Okay, go ahead, Drew, please.
Good evening. Thank you very much for the session. But I just wanted to know if persons that are joining today or from tomorrow, how did they get access to the class, and how did they follow up on the assignments that have been given previously?
Okay, you're just joining the class today, so you can go to the board. There's a WhatsApp group. We'll share the WhatsApp group now in the chat. But the board is where the assignments and the recording for yesterday's class also is on the board. So I'm going to share the links in the chat. I think I'm not typing it. Actually, again and again. Have you joined the chat? Let me ask.
No,
The
no,
WhatsApp
no.
group chat. Okay, please ensure you do that. So if you're also here and you are new, you just join this call today for the first time. Try and join the WhatsApp group chat so that you can participate in communication as happening. Yeah, and then there's the board talent app, or should I say business.ly PSD job that takes you directly to the listing for this particular bootcamp. Yeah, so I don't know if that answers the question.
Yes, thank you.
All right, so you can copy the link and then just use that quickly before we close the chat. Any other person have a question or suggestion or idea? I'll take just one more and that'll be all. All right. And that means that we're all clear. So thank you again, everyone. Something
Uh,
else.
all right, just to add to the voice of those who are speaking, what I want to say is call to action. Now that you have listened and you've heard all these things, you need to match all of them with action. Draw up a roadmap for you to achieve all that we have set to achieve. Thank you and have a wonderful night rest.
All right, guys. Do have a night, wonderful night. See you in the WhatsApp chat. Bye, everyone.